there, it's Debbie with the Pick and Coop Farmstead, and I'm doing a voiceover right now, as if you can't guess. I forgot to turn my dang microphone on. So what I'm going to be doing today, I got out cranberries to do F2 on my kombucha, and I'm showing off my new lids right here. These lids are made by, I got these when I went to, as your standard, Brewing America. I'll put their links in the comments, and you can unscrew that little top right there, and that lets your gases out when you're fermenting. It's great. They're dishwasher safe. I'm super excited about that, and they fit really tight. And I'm very excited. So, kind of a little plug for them, but I had to show you. That's why I got out my cranberries. And so I started thinking, geez, cranberries are so good for so many things. I wonder if they're good for medicinal purposes besides urinary tract infections. So I buy the bag that you just saw there during the holidays, before Thanksgiving, before Christmas. Don't come at me, they're not organic, but that's what they have and that's what's on sale. So use what you have and start where you are. That's what you got to do. So I thought, well, I'm going to look those up. So I did, and there is a great little website. I try to find 3 reputable sources, and this is the one that I chose. It's called the lostherbs.com, and I'm going to link them. This is where I got all the medicinal benefits. And there's so many. Like I said, there's urinary tract infections, there's mouth and gum disease, heart disease, high blood pressure, digestive problems, joint problems, fracture. I was shocked about the whole fracture fact. Cold, cough, flu, candida, which is the yeast, overgrowth of yeast that you get, toenail fungus. It gets in your gut. It's bad stuff. Obesity, cancer, and hair and skin problems. And she also goes on to tell different things you can make with it. It's a nice big article. What parts of the plants are used for remedies. It's amazing. She even says that plants that reduce nighttime bathroom trips. So once I make this, I'm gonna start taking it. So I'm really excited about that. So I will link that so you can look that up. Now the other part to this, I have to do a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. These are all herbal remedies I make for myself and my family. So it's kind of like my rules. So do your research and you figure out what is safe for you, what is not safe for you. If you're already taking prescription medications, make sure you check with your physician and make sure they will not contraindicate with what you're taking already. I think cranberry is pretty safe. They sell over-the-counter cranberry pills at the store. They sell supplements, all that kind of stuff. So that is a really good thing to know, though, before you start taking something. And when you do take a tincture, just take a small amount to make sure that you don't have an allergic reaction. So let's get into it. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need 80 proof alcohol. My alcohol of choice is just cheap old vodka. I buy it in the plastic jar. The plastic bottle. I had some people come at me for that, saying that the plastic was going to leach out, and yeah. When they distill it, they put it in huge plastic vats, so there's no avoiding that. Okay, so you're going to pour, I use the folk method. You're going to use at least 2/3 of your plant material. In this case, we're using cranberries. I've got my 4 jars funnel. That is a wonderful investment if you can ever get one of those. You get the small and large mouth. Here's our cranberries. And I am now going to go ahead and pour the vodka in there. I'm going to have to get some more of this. I'm going through it lately. With tinctures, mind you, not not consumption. All right, so here I am doing the spiel about the plastic bottles. Yeah, so one way or another, your vodka is being stored in huge plastic vats, so it really doesn't matter. And I can only afford you know, to use this. I go through quite a bit of vodka, if you can imagine. You've seen me do a lot of tincture videos. All right, so now what you're going to do, I'm still going on about my plastic spiel, it looks like. Bear with me. All right, so we are going to pour this in, and we are going to get it as full as possible. If I was using dried cranberries or dried plant material, I always kind of stir it around with a chopstick or something and let it sit for about 10 minutes. That way the dried plant material can absorb the vodka. And then I'll come back, because it will shrink down because it sucks into your plant material because it's dry. And then I will come back and I will fill it up to the top. It's important to keep it at the top, and because you want to keep your plant material covered with your alcohol. And you can use different kinds of alcohol as long as it's just 80, at least 80 proof. So you got a tight fitting lid. You can even can in these lids. They have a button top. It's a olive jar from Kirkland. We like the green olives. And that's a whole nother story. Let's see, so it is full. We've inverted it a couple times. You're going to want to keep it in a cool, dry cupboard, dark cupboard. And I put a piece of tape on here, and I put the contents on there. Now, if you're using different strengths of alcohol, different types of alcohol for your tinctures, I would put what you've got in the jar alcohol-wise. I don't, just because I always use the same exact thing over and over. So I just put cranberry, and then I put the date on there. It's really important. I'm talking about reusing. You can actually pressure can in these jars. I have not tried it yet, but when I do, I will make a video, and we'll see how that goes. It's, like I said, not FDA approved, but your kitchen, your rules. Do your research. And if you can get a free jar with something you're already buying, why not? All right, so now I'm putting the date on there. And then I'm going to go ahead. I put a reminder in my phone. You can make your tinctures go anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, or excuse me, 2 to 8 weeks. I prefer 8 weeks. Sometimes if I'm out of something, though, I will get into it early. It's not going to hurt a thing. I just like to get the maximum out of whatever plant material I'm tincturing. Put it in that cupboard, invert it, put a little reminder in your phone, because I have so many things going on. Different tinctures here. I've got plant garlic here, do carrots there, blah, 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 so on and so on. So this is how I keep track of stuff. The good Lord help me if I ever lose my phone, because everything is in there. So basically, that's all there is to it. So when the 8 weeks is done, I take it out, and then I use my 4-jar funnel. Put that little screen, there's a little screen it comes with. I put that in there, and then I strain it out, and I kind of smash it down just to get every last drop of that tincture out of there, and then it goes up in my tincture cupboard. So it's pretty exciting. I'm showing the 4 jars. I'm showing where the screen fits. And I've showed actual videos of straining my tinctures. So it's super, super easy. You can even use like a French press. I have a French press, and you can use that, and it will smash down and separate your liquid from your plant material. I've done it before. It works great. And so anyhow, that's all there is to it. And I made sure my lid was on tight there. And thank you so much for watching. I hope the sun is shining where you are. And I hope you all have a great day. And God bless you all. And happy tincturing. Bye-bye.